And she even made a comment and she was like, and it was just, I couldn't handle the gas anymore. And I was just like, oh my God, like I don't know. I guess I just had this fairies and gumdrops kind of thought about it, that, you know, it's made for everybody's body and everybody's body is going to be able to tolerate it because it's not like real food, you know, it's formula and easier to digest and whatever. But I don't know why I would be shocked at all by that the fact that my body doesn't tolerate anything in it. Today has been a big day. It's the first day that I have hooked up feeds after the feeding tube port surgery. I still hurt. I'm still having horrible muscle cramps, and I guess even worse today, I ran out of my muscle relaxers because my doctor that prescribes them, like, I sent messages, my pharmacy sent messages. I don't know, that one always messes up. They just don't ever get stuff there timely. So we even gave extra days to make sure that I had enough time, and it still didn't work out. So anyway, so I got my meds picked up tonight after work. So I'm back on my regular regimen, but it was bad while I was on them. While I was off of them, it was even worse. So I hooked up today. Let's see, several things. I switched kinds of... Hold on, I'm gonna sit down because I'm tired. I switched feed types. I had previously tried Osmolite 1.5, Nutrin 1.5, Kate Farms 1.5. All of it made me just feel sick. And I was watching somebody else's channel, and they made a comment about that their body wasn't tolerating 1.5. I put pretty lotion on tonight and it smells good. That they had been on 1.5 for forever, and it just didn't seem like their body was tolerating it very well. Lots of pain, lots of nausea. Check, check. And she even made a comment and she was like, and it was just, I couldn't handle the gas anymore. And I was just like, oh my God, like I don't know. I guess I just had this fairies and gumdrops kind of thought about it, that, you know, it's made for everybody's body and everybody's body is going to be able to tolerate it because it's not like real food, you know, it's formula and easier to digest and whatever. But I don't know why I would be shocked at all by that the fact that my body doesn't tolerate anything in it. And so anyway, so I have switched over for the time being to Osmolite 1.0. The differences between the two are, or the two numbers, is for every mil on 1.5 you get 1.5 calories. Every mil on 1.0 you only get 1 calorie. So the concept behind it is, if my body can tolerate the 1.0 better than the 1.5, then I should be able to do two things: increase the frequency or longevity of how long I'm able to feed in a day, and hopefully at a higher rate than I was able to run the 1.5. The highest I could tolerate on 1.5 was like 20 mils an hour. It was seriously like nothing. And I was just getting sick and sick and sick. So fingers crossed on the 1.0. I started it at a ridiculously slow rate this morning, at like 12 mils an hour, 15 mils an hour. I think it was actually 12 mils. It's hard for me to feed when I'm in the car because I get so road nauseous. Car sick. That was the word I was going for. Oh, I can't lean forward. That hurts all the things. So anyway, so it's hard for me to hook up feed before I get to work, but then there's the amount of time that I'm not feeding at all. Oh my gosh, there are so many like factors that go into it. So I hooked it up really slow. I actually hooked it up before I got in the car. I felt like the normal level of car sick. I didn't feel horribly more car sick with the feed running, so that was good. I made it about 4 hours, 4.5 hours, and I felt pretty okay. Now, take this with the fact that yesterday I had to nuke my entire GI tract, and so everything was out of my GI tract as of yesterday evening. So starting back in it, I'm starting from like a clean slate. So it ran for about 4 hours, and this is running into my Direct J. Okay, hold on. I hate it when it flips over and I can't see. Okay, so my G is here. My Direct J is there. So this is now only an out, and this is my only in, which is wonderful. I mean, I can put stuff into my G, but it's not why it's there. So I've got grip lock tape, because anytime anything touches this, I kid you not, any little tiny amount of pressure, it hurts. Not like hurts a little, like hurts like somebody is like shoving red hot pokers into my poor tummy. That's my Dexcom, because my sugar is totally erratic at the moment. And then, so this is grip lock, and it holds everything in place. It's got like a extra little flap-a-doo at the top that holds it. They're awesome. So anyway, so hooked up over there, and so I made it about 4.5 hours, and a massive load of muscle cramps started up, to the point that I'm sitting in my office chair at work. I am scooted back as far as I can be, and I'm leaning back in the chair, and it's all I can do to breathe through it. Like, it hurts so bad. It makes it hard to breathe. I literally can't move, because I move anything and then your core tightens up. And the only way normally to get the cramping to stop is to get everything as relaxed as possible. I've been doing ice packs, so my boy got me ice packs, one after another, to try to keep it on there. I can't lean forward when that happens. I can't talk. I can't answer the phone. It's just, oh, it's so frustrating. So finally got one of my doctors, they finally approved the refill request. And so I got those picked up tonight, so I'm back on regular, but oh man. Oh, there's nothing easy about this. So when all of the cramping hit, about 2:30, I had my boy turn the rate down, and I think it's on like 5. Finally got the cramping to stop, but then you just hurt afterwards. Oh my gosh. And it makes you so paranoid. Like, I always feel like I'm walking on eggshells after that, because like I have this like precursor to the cramping, so I know it's coming. Haven't been able to figure out anything to get it to stop or not happen. And so like I have the precursor. Oh man, I'm tired. My body is tired. So all of my muscles around it are just so aggravated. And this is, I'm 4.5 weeks post-op now. And I keep having to repeat that to myself, like, I'm only a month post-op, I'm only a month post-op. It took me almost 6 weeks to be okay. 6 weeks. It took me almost 6 months to be okay after the first tube surgery. My noggin isn't messed up so bad on this one as it was on the first one. Talk about a crash course in being your own advocate. Good heavens. So I just got all ready for bed. I took my tubey pads off, just so everything can get a little air and whatnot. I have not had to deal with a lot of granulation tissue, which is so good. But both of my stomas have been really good. I had way more trouble on the second one, just like leaking, like past the balloon, which is why I got all the 2nd-degree burns under the clips and the sutures and oh my lord. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave it running. I think I'm gonna try to put it up to like 10 or 12 once I get laying down in bed, and I am just gonna try to let it run all night so I get at least some amount of extra nutrition, which I normally don't, but I sleep so horrible anyways. I figure why not? I'll try it and see how it goes. I don't know. They all told me, like my infusion supply company told me, and then GI, I don't remember exactly how they weighed in on the things, but they said not to feed at night at all because my reflux is so bad. And I've been draining the most horrible bile and stuff out of my stomach every single morning. So, but at least this way, if I still have to drain it in the morning, at least this is going into my J, and hopefully it's going at a slow enough rate that my system can process it, as opposed to it backing up into my stomach and then I get sick, which is what always happened before. So cross my fingers that it works okay. And I don't know, for a first day after all the trauma my poor abdomen went through, I'm gonna call it a success, which is awesome. I don't know, I'm such a goal-oriented person. I guess when I don't reach my goals for the day, it's really, really hard for me. But all of this has sure taught me a whole heck of a lot of patience, yes, but more the ability, I think, to have realistic goals. And if I don't make it, then it happens. You know, we'll try again tomorrow and go from there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then I have all sorts of drama with port stuff going on. Not shocking. All of this has been a little difficult with the port, so we'll get there. So I love you guys. I'll catch you up tomorrow. Bye.